In the sweltering summer of 1989, workers at a Clearwater, Florida storage facility opened an abandoned unit whose rent had mysteriously stopped being paid. Inside, they discovered a large, sealed metal casket. The shock came when they opened it. A mummified woman's body, eerily well-preserved, laid inside. Dressed in 1960s-era clothing, her remains untouched by time for what would be revealed as over 2 decades. The local media quickly dubbed her the Casket Girl. The body, though preserved, offered few clues. There were no identifying documents, no obvious signs of trauma, no missing persons report matched the remains. She was embalmed, entombed, and forgotten. With few leads, the case went cold. The woman was buried locally under a generic headstone for 31 years. Her name and her story remained unknown. Then in 2020, thanks to advancements in forensic genealogy and DNA technology, investigators finally got a break. The body was identified as Sylvia June Atherton, a 41-year-old mother of 5 who vanished from Tucson, Arizona in 1965. The most chilling twist? Sylvia had never been officially reported missing. Her husband, Daniel Atherton, claimed she had taken off, abandoning him and the children. No one questioned it at the time, but behind the scenes, Daniel had quietly located to Florida with their kids, except Sylvia's oldest daughter, who stayed behind in Arizona and was never heard from again. Investigators now believe Sylvia was murdered in or around 1965, and that Daniel placed her body in the metal casket before storing it in a Florida facility, paying the rent without fail for over 20 years. When Daniel died in 1999, the payments continued for another decade, possibly made by someone else on his behalf. It wasn't until 2009 when the payments finally ceased and the unit was opened. Though Daniel Atherton was never charged, he died before the truth was uncovered, he remains the prime suspect. Police suspect Sylvia may have been murdered in Arizona and transported to Florida as part of a calculated plan to hide her death. The motive remains murky. The case has left haunting questions in its wake. Why did Daniel keep paying for so long? Who embalmed her body? And what became of her eldest daughter, who vanished around the same time? In the words of one cold case detective, it was as if he tried to erase her existence, but the truth has a way of rising even decades later. Sylvia June Atherton finally has her name back. Her story, once buried, is no longer hidden in the shadows of a storage unit.